Hello guys! As you can probably tell, we're in the kitchen today, which means we're doing a baking video. Since I did my meal prep video, a lot of people have been asking me to do a recipe, which I was a little bit hesitant to do at first because I'm not an expert, I just do what works for me. But I found this amazing baked oatmeal recipe that I've been loving, and it's actually moderately healthy, and so I'm going to share it with you guys today. I got this recipe from a blog called Running with Spoons. I have modified it a little bit, but I will put the original recipe in the little down box for you. Let's get started. This recipe is designed to be for one person. I am going to be doubling or tripling that. The first thing to do, preheat your oven to 325 degrees. So in terms of ingredients, you only need 8 things. You need oats, you will need some sort of flour, baking powder, cocoa powder, you will need salt, my favorite of all ingredients, vanilla extract, maple syrup. This is used as a sweetener, and I believe you can use other things in its place. I know sometimes people use honey or agave? I don't know, that's a healthier version of some sort of sweetener. If you are going to substitute this with something else, just make sure you know the conversion rates. And the final ingredient is milk. The recipe also calls for coconut oil. I don't like coconut oil, and it's not something I have in the house, so I've omitted it from the recipe. I'm using a big bowl because I'm going to be making more of this recipe than the recipe actually calls for, because this is part of my meal prep, and I'm just filming it. So you need 3 measuring cups / spoons, you need 1/8 of a teaspoon, you need 1 tablespoon, and you need 1/3 of a cup. This recipe is so simple, and it tastes so good. So we're going to start with our oats. You need 1/3 of a cup of oats. I'm probably going to go for it, and yeah, let's triple this recipe. So, this is not the most efficient way to triple it because tripling 1/3 of a cup just makes a cup. The next thing I put in is my flour. You need 2 tablespoons of flour. Baking powder, you need 1/8 of a teaspoon. The great thing about this recipe is you don't need a lot of these ingredients. Cocoa powder, you need 1 tablespoon of this. I used to get really disappointed with recipes and they'd be like, oh, you only need 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, or like less, and I'd be like, listen, I love chocolate, that's not going to happen. But I've discovered this stuff is actually incredibly potent, so if you put too much in, it just becomes completely overwhelming. I think there's actually a measurement for salt. I just sprinkle a little bit in. I use a spoon to mix this up. I prefer using a fork, but if I use a spoon now, then I can use a spoon later, and it's less dishes to wash. So this next part you're supposed to do in a separate bowl. Most recipes are like, mix the dry ingredients and wet ingredients in separate bowls. I'm not doing that. So you need 1/3 of a cup of milk. For the syrup, I think it calls for 1 tablespoon of syrup. I kind of just wing it a little bit. And the last ingredient is vanilla, which of course I'm not going to measure. I think you need like a teaspoon of vanilla or something, but we're gonna mix all of this together. This next part is optional, but you can also add chocolate chips to your mixture. The recipe says to put it in a oven-safe bowl and cook it that way. I don't have an oven-safe bowl, so what I do is I put it in a big cupcake tin. And now I spoon them in till they're about half full. So these are in the oven, and they're going to stay there for about 13 minutes. Okay. So this is how they look when they're done. I admit they don't look terribly appetizing on camera, but they are delicious. So generally when I have these in the mornings, I will take them out of the tins and I will kind of mix them up in a bowl together, which looks gross, so I'm not going to show that to you. So I'm going to go enjoy some of these now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this one and it was what you wanted to see from me, let me know in the comments below, and I can share some more with you. Have a great day, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye!